Hi, welcome to Hands-On with Force Effect. In this series, we'll be looking at how to calculate the velocity of a projectile thrown from a Mousetrap catapult. In this part, we'll be looking at how to calculate the force being applied to that projectile. Now that we've double-checked our numbers and we've confirmed that we're on the right track, we can continue on. The next calculation we need is the force being applied to the projectile. To get this, we need to make a few changes to our diagram. First, we need to delete the force that we added by tapping on it on the screen and clicking the trash can icon. We also need to convert the weld joint back to a standard joint. We can do this by going to the selection tool, tapping and holding on the intersection, and simply selecting standard joint. You'll notice that the diagram updates to show that the throwing arm is no longer grounded. We're now ready to enter the torque value that we calculated in the previous step. If we go to the Forces menu, we can select Create Moment from the submenu and tap on the throwing arm near the endpoint. We can now enter the value that we calculated in the previous step. If you remember, it was 1.949 pound-inches of force. Like the previous force we created, we can zoom in and adjust the distance and location of this moment. We're going to go to the selection tool, tap on the moment, and we'll simply drag this down near the endpoint, again using our magnifying glass to get it as close to the endpoint as possible. That's good for this calculation. We'll zoom back out so that we can see our entire diagram again. The other thing you might notice now that we've zoomed out is the moment arrow is pointing in the wrong direction. In this case, we need to edit that value again and place a negative symbol or a minus symbol in front of the value to reverse the direction. I'll tap on the value, and we can enter the value of negative 1.949. You can now see that the torque value is facing in the proper direction. The final step to calculate the force on our projectile is placing a sliding support perpendicular to the end of the arm, which will provide the reaction force that is being applied at that location. We'll go to our Supports menu and select Sliding, and tap and drag a support off the end of the throwing arm. Now you can see the value calculated is 0.573 pounds of force. We now have all the information we need to complete our calculation of the projectile velocity.